Did you know that Spider-Man is actually an avid reader of DC Comics? Weird, right? Yeah, he talks about it a lot. If only he'd actually talk about being an Avenger. Well, we can all dream, right? Oh wait! Marvel and Sony are working together now. They're building a new one without all the bad decisions of the previous two incarnations. We have the guy behind the awesome Daredevil series giving ideas on it. It'll have ties to the MCU and a brand new cast. This one won't do the origin story all over again, and it will start off with an established, finalized Spider-Man. Think about it. All the other movies are like drawn-out origin stories. The only time he was fully realized in his role was in Spider-Man 3, and we all know how that turned out. Ugh. Now we get another shot to do it right. Isn't this great news? Yes? Well, then why is everyone so mad about it? It's finally happening. All the pieces are set. Third time's the charm. We have yet another Spider-Man reboot within a 10-year span, but perhaps things will finally work out. Now, I understand it from the point of view of someone casual watching these movies and thinking, they're making a new Spider-Man again. But to someone who is very unforgiving towards Amazing Spider-Man 2, or simply someone who's incredibly invested into comics, this is all great news. But everyone's mad. And there's a ton of nerd rage controversy over who should play the new Spider-Man. Before we look to the future, let's take a step back and talk about the sins of the past, shall we? Now, regarding the casting, I have some unpopular opinions about our previous two Parkers. I didn't like Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. Both had strong points, but neither truly gave a good portrayal of Peter Parker. Peter Parker is a very two-sided character, and both actors could only give one half of the equation. Tobey's strong suit was that he was great as an uncharismatic nerd with social anxiety and a laundry list of problems in life as long as your arm. He talked to himself because he had only one friend that he rarely saw.
Hi, MJ. Hey, MJ. I don't know if you realize this, but we've been neighbors since I was 6, and I was wondering if maybe we could get together sometime, maybe do something fun. Or, I don't know, I thought it'd be time to get to know each other. Or not.
He got pushed around by everyone he knew, and he just couldn't talk to the pretty girl at school. This is great stuff to get you emotionally, especially if you're a pathetic nerd who spends all their time reading comics and not getting laid. Maybe that's why this character was so popular at the start. He was just a duplicate of his readers. Tobey nailed that sadness and nerdy little charm as Peter Parker, but he was missing a crucial element. He couldn't play Spider-Man. Now, this is the big thing. Peter Parker and Spider-Man are essentially two different people. And when he puts the mask on, he just can't measure up. Sure, you could blame it on the writing, but the quota of one joke per movie made him pretty boring in costume. You hardly ever hear him even talking. The personality is just completely sucked away with the costume change. Peter Parker is tragic and relatable. Spider-Man is the badass we all want to be. Spider-Man cracks jokes about the other guy's costume, or pokes fun at someone's name or nonsensical actions.
This is my profession. You do this for a living? With that accent, I was thinking rodeo clown. Don't you mock me, boy. I'm a mocker.
I feel like this was just a drawback of the writing exclusively, because in the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man games, he did the voice and he was perfect.
So you must be Quilt Man, Padded Pete, Mr. Triple Ply? Oh, I've got it. The cushion.
I'm the Shocker.
This may not be art, but I like it.
Shouldn't you be helping some old lady across the street or something?
Nah, I already got that merit badge.
By the nature of the medium, he couldn't be the tragic nerd. He had to be Spider-Man, because it's a video game. And that he did. It was all there. He made jokes, he kicked ass, and he was a blast to follow and even aspire to being. His performance was cut in two halves and neither make a full picture. It's sad that he never got to do both. Now, in Andrew Garfield's case, he was as wrong as you can get for Peter Parker. He is the exact opposite of what we needed. Garfield was confident, brave, good with girls, and kind of an idiot. Sure, he dabbled in science as a plot device, but he came off as a numbskull jock who clumsily wandered into a room full of dangerous science experiments. This wasn't a brush with fate. This was just him casually walking into God knows what to look at the pretty lights. And he learned about his powers 30 minutes later by Spider-Manning a bunch of innocent people into submission. Some genius. There's this massive disconnect between his personality and his ability to be inventive and creative. It just feels like two different people. It doesn't match up. Garfield acts nothing like the person capable of making these things or coming up with this stuff. He even gets the idea to put his costume together by eavesdropping on two geeks who are smart enough to do the science for him. That's a common theme here. He isn't smart enough, so he lets other people be nerds in his place to win. Gwen made the cure to save the city from being stuck as lizard people. Gwen came up with the way to preserve his web shooters during a fight with Electro. Shit, Gwen should be the superhero. She is the one who gets work done. He's just good at jumping and hitting people. And when his suit is off, he doesn't take shit from bullies. He slams the future kind-hearted war hero Flash Thompson into a locker for trying to console him for his surrogate father's death.
Feels better, right? Like your uncle died. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Eugene. I believe in you. Now, I may seem a bit hostile here, but I have something nice to say. He seems great as Spider-Man. All the negatives I have to say about his acting flip when he puts the costume on. Spider-Man is the antithesis of Peter Parker. He is confident, brave, good with girls, and kind of an idiot. Spider-Man is the version of Peter Parker that he wishes he could be all the time. Part of the difference is that he gets to be someone else with the mask on. He plays pretend and acts like a total badass, because in the suit, he is. Without it, he's just misunderstood sad sack Peter Parker. But the inner workings of that fun and wacky exterior is still lost in both actors' performance. Spider-Man acted like a dumb brute, but he was still Peter Parker inside and by extension a genius internally. The bravado was a common trick to throw off that inside he was thinking up a way to dismantle the Doomsday device, or use his knowledge of physics to get out of a crazy situation, or simply put together a strategy for kicking the bad guy where it hurts. He isn't like Batman, where he knows everything and gets to f***ing cheat by using the excuse of, I had some time to formulate a plan first. Peter Parker could do all this because he read a book once in a while. Toby wasn't a science nerd like that, and Andrew wasn't a nerd at all. He was a hipster skateboarder. Both failed at the part, and I think it's because the writing wasn't that deep, or because of the difficulty of the character. Spider-Man is a Shakespearean character with layers of complexity. He's like Citizen Kane in tights. I want to look forward and see someone new play the role, and work with the duality of his spirit, and childlike sense of wonder he feels in the red and blue onesie.
Oh, Peter. You lead such a sheltered life.
Speaking of, what's wrong with casting someone young for the part? Why can't a 15 or 16-year-old actor play Spider-Man, who is a 15 or 16-year-old? I have a few theories as to why people are so apprehensive. 1. People don't know what teenagers look like because they don't know any real ones. Think about this. All teenage characters are played by someone considerably older. Probably because teenage actors suck or grow out of the role too quickly. It's easier to cast a full-grown adult who looks young-ish to play a 14-year-old if the role requires them to look the same for a few years. Like that kid in Breaking Bad was supposed to be 16 and 17 through the course of all 5 seasons of the show. As a 16 to 17-year-old, I, personally, know that is not what we look like. You people have been subtly brainwashed into thinking that this is what a 14-year-old looks like. Walter Jr. should be like half the size of all of the adult characters and have a face shaped like a basketball and not a cinder block. Damn, he is handsome. Or 2, everyone's proposed casting suggestions are awful and wrong and based on zero knowledge of the character. Logan Lerman, Dylan O'Brien, or Josh Hutcherson? For f***'s sake, are you people that stupid? These casting suggestions are made by people who only know about the Andrew Garfield version, where he is a flawless teen girl dreamboat with a perfect smile and a rockin' bod and Twilight hair. If tons of girls swoon over how handsome he is, then you cast the wrong person as Peter Parker. He's a bullying victim, who girls overlook because he has good grades and no sports skills. Not a handsome, tan, hipster heartthrob from a TV show like Teen Wolf. I will submit to you that anyone who wants Dylan O'Brien, Logan Lerman, or Josh Hutcherson, or anyone like that is a stupid teenage girl who doesn't know what she's talking about. Or an idiot who has never read a comic book. I am not budging on this. Grant Gustin is not believable as a forensic scientist. There, I said it. So, in short, people are dumb and don't know what a realistic teenager looks like. That's why they're complaining that any of the proposed actors from Marvel look too young. That's what a 16-year-old looks like. And people are dumb for thinking they know who else should be good for the part, because they base it on who gets them the most tingly in the nether regions. That's not right. Marvel wants to stay true to the nature of the character, and it's time for a new view. Both previous versions came up short somehow, and maybe a new perspective can come from someone younger and simpler. I'm open to the idea because we haven't seen it before. Press interviews with Kevin Feige suggest that he gets the duality of the character. He said himself that he doesn't fit in, and with the costume on, he becomes a motor mouth. Marvel has been great at casting in the past. I'm hard-pressed to think of one actor who is aggressively bad at their part. Sure, some of the villains have been lame, but the heroes have been great so far. People need to stop acting like they know who absolutely needs to be the next incarnation. They need to stop shutting down any of Marvel's suggestions without hesitation. At the moment, the frontrunner for the role is the kid from Hugo and Ender's Game. You haven't seen Asa Butterfield on screen as Spidey yet. Based on his previous work, the only worry is that he can't do comedy that well. He looks great for the part. He is a good actor as far as we know, and he's taller than the other two guys. Did you know that? Whoever made that meme didn't know how to do basic research. He's not inherently flawed for the part like some of the other suggestions, and I'm sure he could do a whole lot better with the script. So, everyone, pull your heads from your pumpkin bombs and start thinking with a clearer mind. Stop being such an ass goblin.
You mean like selling pictures to the Bugle instead of helping your friends?
Look, straight up, I blew it. And I know you're ticked.
Don't go all emo on me, bro.
No, of course not.